One of the easiest match betting offers to do first is the Coral sign-up bonus. Coral are an English bookmaker. You might have even seen some of their shops around the country. And they offer a £20 free bet for new online customers. And to qualify for that free bet, all we have to do is deposit and place a £5 bet. You're also going to need to open a Betfair account to lay off your bet, as I explained in the match betting basic training video. You can find links to open both of these accounts underneath this video. Make sure you open your account using these links to ensure that you get the correct sign-up offers. Now, the way I want you to do this video is watch it through all the way once, and then after that watch it again, but keep pausing it and copy it step by step as you do it yourself. Some people sit and overthink and overanalyze too much, but really you just need to get in there and get it done. Feel free to email your bets over to me to check after you've placed them if you're not feeling too confident. So, open up your Betfair account, open up your Coral account, and once you've done that, you need to deposit £5 into Coral. I've already opened the account, and I've deposited £5. Now, before we go any further forwards, when you first create your Coral account, all of the odds are going to be displayed in fractional format, which is very unhelpful. You need to switch it to decimal odds to make it easier to use. To do this, go to My Account, click Sportsbook Preferences, select Decimal, and save. So what I'm going to do now is find a bet to use my £5 qualifying bet on. To do this, we load up the odds matching software by clicking the link at the top of the website. Remember, we're going to use this to find something to bet on. Once it's loaded up, at the top left, select Coral from the drop-down list and press Search. All of the available matches are displayed. Now, for this offer, our first bet needs to be above the odds of 1.5. Now, we went over this in the basic training video, but you can pick pretty much anything from this list. Generally, the higher in the list it is, the better. However, you also want to pay attention to the odds over here. If the odds are high, you're going to need to deposit more money into your Betfair account. Therefore, since this is your first bet, I'd suggest you go for something with quite low odds, perhaps around 2.0. So for me, I would perhaps look at one of these two here. Since I prefer to stick to English games, since it looks more natural, I'm going to go for the Tottenham versus Everton match here. Don't spend too much time deciding what to pick, just pick one and go with it. Now, before I do anything else, I need to actually find this game on both websites. The first thing you should do is load up Betfair. Make sure you're on the Betfair exchange and not the sportsbook. At the top, I can type in the name of the game into the search box and simply select it. I'm then going to click on View Full Market under the Match Odds section, and here we are. I can see the lay odds for each of the teams. Now we just need to find it on Coral. Again, they have a search box in the top left. Type in the full name of the match, which for me would be Tottenham v Everton, and then click on it from the search results. Again, I can see the odds for each of the teams here under the match results section. Now, the odds matcher has told me that I'm betting on Tottenham, and that the Coral back odds are 2.25 and the Betfair lay odds are 2.26. I'm just going to double check to see if that's actually correct. So yes, they're 2.25 on Coral, but on Betfair they've moved up to 2.28. That's okay though. So the bets are found, now we just need to calculate them and place them. Load up the calculator at the top of the website, make sure normal is selected at the top left, enter the bookmaker stake, which is £5 because that's the amount we're betting at Coral, enter the Coral back odds, which are 2.25 for me, and then the Betfair lay odds, which for me are 2.28, and then simply press enter or click on an empty area of the screen. So for me, this bet's going to make a loss of 20 pence, which is fine because it's just our qualifying bet. My liability is £6.45, so this is the amount of money I need in my Betfair account. If your liability is too high, you just need to go for something with lower odds. And this is my Betfair stake. So already, let's place the two bets. First I go over to Coral. I can click on the odds next to Tottenham and it appears in my bet slip on the right. I enter my stake of £5 and press place bet. Wait for confirmation that the bet has been placed. I then go over to Betfair, click on the pink lay column next to Tottenham. Then in the bet slip on the right, I just need to enter my lay stake, which is shown to me on the top line of the calculator results. So my stake is £5 and 4p, so I enter that into the stake box. I then press place bets and confirm bets. Now, Coral have immediately credited my £20 free bet. It's going to cycle through the balances at the top of the screen. It should be a sports free bet. You're not interested in the casino bonus that they also give you. Now, if you don't have it, go onto live chat and just ask why, and they'll probably credit it for you right there. Now that I have it, I'm going to go back to the odds matching software, and I'm going to find something to use my free bet on. Now, for free bets, we want to use higher odds in order to maximize our profit. But do bear in mind, the higher odds you go for, the more money you're going to need in your Betfair account to cover the bet. There's a lot of different matches available. We're only interested in ones that have the Betfair as the exchange. Straight away, I can say these top few are the best matches, but because they're odds of 10, the amount of money you're going to need in Betfair is going to be quite high. Something a bit lower, like this horse, might be better. Or if you've got a small bank, you might want to go for something like this. Let me show you a couple of examples. Let's say I was going to go for this bet here. We'd go over to the calculator, select free bet, stake not returned. The stake is £20. The bookmaker odds are 10. The lay odds are 9.8. And the commission is 5%. This bet would make £17.55 profit, but you will require this much money in Betfair. So you'd need £162 in your Betfair account. If that's too much for you, you could go for something lower. This one here at 4 to 4.2. Much less money required, but your profit is also a few pounds less. I wouldn't ever recommend going above sort of odds of 10, so go as high as possible up to that amount. Personally, I'm going to go somewhere in the middle. I'm going to go for this one at 7.5 to 7.6. So that's going to require a liability of 113.65. So I'm going to find that bet now. So it's a horse called Lord of the Storm, and it's in a Nottingham race at 8.25. So I can find that on Betfair by going to horse racing, 8.25, Lord of the Storm. And the odds have actually moved down, which is always good on Betfair, but there's not very much money in the market. Oh, they've moved again now. So I'm going to select the pink lay button, prepare my stake, which is 17.22, and paste it in the column. I'm not going to place the bet yet. I'm going to get the Coral bet ready first. It's always a good idea to get both of the bets ready to submit, and then submit them both. So I find the bet on Coral next. So I go down to horse racing, and it's Nottingham 8.25, which is 7.5. So I'm going to select that, which adds it to the bet slip. Enter my bet amount of £20 in the stake box, and then select the free bet from the drop down box here. Now, some of you might have been credited your free bet as 4 separate £5 free bets instead of as a single 20 like I've got here. If that's the case, that's fine. You just need to put your stake in here as £5 and select the £5 free bet from the drop down box. Place that bet, then simply repeat it 3 more times in a row on the same thing so that you've got the full £20 placed. So we've got the £20 of free bets placed, and now I'm going to submit the Betfair lay bet. And that has also been placed. So this bet is going to make a profit of £16.35 minimum. If we subtract the 4p we lost from the qualifying bet, we've made a guaranteed profit of £16.31 in just a few minutes. If you went for something with higher odds, you probably could have made around £18 profit here. Now all you need to do is wait for these bets to settle, then you can withdraw your money back to your bank account. You can now move on to the next offer, which is Betfred. Go back to the offers page and select Betfred from the list. You can either do this now, or wait for your bets from the Coral offer to finish and then go ahead and do it after.